So in this class I am going to explain you language processing system. So what is meant by language processing system? So first, now I am writing one program, one simple C program, like hash include stdio.h main int abc, next printer, enter a and b values, scanner, read that a and b values, and then I want to perform addition operation c equal to a plus b, and finally printf percentage c. So this is a simple C program to perform addition of two numbers. So this is a high level language. This is a high level language. And the next step is I want to compile this program and it will be generated output. So the process of high level language, that is a source program, the high level language to a target mission code. It is a mission understandable code. So the process of high level language to mission understandable language. So this process we can call it as a language processing system. So in this process we have total 4 modules. The first one is preprocessor. The first module is the preprocessor, and the second module is the compiler. Third module is assembler, and fourth one is linker and loader. So we have 4 modules in a language processing system. So here the first module is the preprocessor. So here the preprocessor input is the source program and it will be generated a modified source program. So what is the difference between source program and modified source program? So here in the source program it contains some hash functions like hash include stdio.h. Next one, some macros, hash define by value, some 3.14, like this. So the source file contains code along with some preprocessor functions like hash include stdio.h and hash define by 3.14. This is a macro definition. And after performing the preprocessor, so here in the preprocessing we have to perform some operations. The first one is macro operation and the second one is file inclusion. Suppose what is meant by macro definition? Suppose declare like this, I have declared like this, hash define pi 3.14. That means throughout program, whenever the variable pi occurred, automatically it is replaced with the value 3.14. It is a shorthand notation. It is a shorthand notation for longer constructs. Same way, this is one more example. So hash define FOO function, 2 variables. This is the definition. Now a equal to a comma b. The result is like this. So a, this is a value and this is b value. So x is replaced with a and y is replaced with b, like this. Like this it will be displayed. In the same way, and one more thing is, in the source file itself, we have included header files like this, hash include stdio.h, like this, hash include header.h, stdio.h, conio.h, like that. We have included some header files. Now these header files are replaced with the contents of header.h. So the preprocessor input is the source program. The source program contains one is include the header files and second one is macros. Next one is after performing preprocessor, the result is modified source program. So here the modified source program is like this. Suppose this is the input and the output will be displayed like this. So this is source program. Modified source program means it will, in place of include header.h, it will be displayed contents of the header.h. So that is the modified source program. And the next one is the compiler. So all of you know that the compiler input is the source program and it will be displayed the assembly language, assembly program. So here in the duration of the compilation process, we have two phases. One is analysis phase and second one is synthesis phase. Again, the analysis means it is divided into three phases: lexical, syntax, semantic. Same way, synthesis means again three phases: intermediate code generator, code optimizer, and then code generator. So total we have 6 phases, inner phases of a compiler. So the source program converted into a assembly program, and then by using the assembler, this assembly program is converted into a relocatable machine code, assembly code to relocatable machine code. And the next one, with the help of the linker combines the output of the assembler for different compilation process. So here in the linker we have performed mainly two tasks. One is relocatable relative addresses and another one is resolve external references. By using the loader, loads the resulting executable files from linker into central memory and it will be generated target mission code. So this is about the language processing system. So in the language processing system, we have these 4 modules. One is preprocessor, compiler, assembler, and then loader and linker. And the next topic is Kagin software compiler. So here in the Kagin software compiler means nothing but it is related to the language processing system. I already mentioned that the language processing system means these 4 modules. Now the question is Kagin software compiler. Kagin software compiler means nothing but this is a compiler and the compiler Kagins are one is preprocessor and the second one is assembler and the third one is linker and loader. These 3 are the compiler Kagins. So these 3. This is one topic. And the next topic is grouping of pages. See, in a compilation process, we have total 6 pages. The first one is lexical analysis. The second one is syntax analysis. Third one is semantic analysis. Fourth one is intermediate code generator. Fifth one is code optimizer. And the last one is code generator. Last one is code generator. So we have total 6 pages. So this is the source program, and this is the target program. So here this topic is grouping of pages. So all we have 6 pages. Now grouping means we have met more than 1 pages. So in this process we have 2 parts are there. One is the front end, we can call it as one is the front end and second one is the back end. So front end means the first 4 pages comes under the front end. First 4 pages comes under front end. Remain last 2 pages comes under back end. So grouping of pages means first one we have total 6 pages. These 6 pages are divided into 2 pages. So group means nothing but more than 1. We have to match more than 1 pages. So the first 4 pages comes under front end and next 2 pages comes under back end. So total these 6 pages are divided into 2 parts, front end and back end. So here the front end means, the analysis means the first 3 pages, like lexical analysis, syntax and semantic analysis. The front end means along with we have to add one more page, that is intermediate code generator. This is the first point. So front end means first 4 pages comes under front end. And the second point is, important point is, so here the front end depends on the source program. The front end depends on the source program and it is independent on the target program. The front end depends on the source program and it is independent on the target program. And also this one we can call it as a mission independent because it depends on only the source program. It is independent on the target program. That's why it is mission independent. Whereas in the back end means the last 2 pages comes under back end. That is, one is code optimization and code generation. And the second point is, important point is, so here back end means it depends on the target program. Target program or mission. This one, mission dependent. It depends on the back end, depends on the mission dependent and it is independent on the source program. And it is independent on the source program. Suppose if you want to design a new compiler means we have 2 parts, one is the front end and second one is back end. If you want to design a new compiler means the first part is same, front end means common, we need to change the back end. We need to change the back end. So back end means we need to work on the code optimization and the code generation. Then only we will get a new compiler. So this is about grouping of pages. And the next topic is compiler construction tools. It is a separate topic. It is a compiler construction tools. So software development tools are available to implement one or more compiler pages. We have total 6 pages and these 6 pages generate some outputs. Now with the help of some tools we have to generate the outputs. So in this case, in the compiler construction tools, we are using total 6 tools. The first one is scanner generator. And the second one is parser generator. Third one is syntax directed translation engines. SDT, syntax directed translation engines. And the fourth one is data flow engines. Fifth one is automatic code generator. And the last one is compiler construction toolkits. So all these are the compiler construction tools. Now we will see one by one. The first one is the scanner generator. So scanner means nothing but the first page in the pages of a compiler. That is nothing but a lexical analyzer. So here the purpose of the scanner generator is to generate a tokens. So here the lexical analyzer automatically from the language specifications written using regular expressions, it generates a finite automata to recognize the regular expression. That means, so here the input is regular expression. The input is regular expression. And it will be generated output is sequence of tokens. Sequence of tokens. So here, how to generate a tokens means, here we are using the tool is Lex tool, lexical analyzer generator. With the help of this tool, we can generate the sequence of tokens. So this is the first one, first tool. And the second tool is parser generator. It is related to the second phase, that is syntax analyzer. That is syntax analyzer. So here they produce syntax analyzer from context-free grammars. From context-free grammars. So here in this tool, the input is sequence of tokens. Input is the sequence of tokens, and it will be generated output. Output as a tree, syntax tree or parse tree. Syntax tree or parse tree. So here in this tool we are using Yak. We are using Yak. Yak means yet another compiler. Yet another compiler. We are using this tool. The purpose of this tool is to convert tokens into generate a tree, syntax tree. So this is the second tool. And the third tool is syntax directed translation engines. Syntax directed translation engines. It is related to the intermediate code generator. So here in this case, we are taking input is the output of the previous one. That is nothing but tree. Syntax tree. And what is the output? So it produces intermediate code. Intermediate code. So the purpose of the syntax directed translation engine is to convert syntax tree to intermediate code. So this is the third tool. And the fourth tool is data flow engines. It is related to code optimization. What is the purpose of the code optimization? To reduce the code, optimum code. So in this case, the input is say intermediate code, and the output is optimized code. By using data flow analysis tool. Optimized code by using data flow analysis. And the next one is the automatic code generator. So in this tool it is related to last phase, that is code generation. So in this case, the input is optimized code, optimized intermediate code, and it will be generated a machine language, that is nothing but assembly code, assembly language. It displays assembly language. And the last one is compiler construction toolkits. Last one. So the purpose of this one is it provides an integrated set of routines for constructing various pages of compiler. That means we have to match more than one pages. So all these are the compiler construction tools. Total we have 6 tools. One is scanner generator, second one is parser generator, third one is syntax directed translation engines, fourth one is data flow engines, fifth one is automatic code generators, and the last one is compiler construction toolkits. Now, the summary of this class. So in this class, I have discussed about language processing system. Language processing system. So in language processing system, we have total 4 modules. One is preprocessor, second one is compiler, third one is assembler, fourth one is linker loader. And the second topic is cousins of a compiler. So cousins of a compiler means we have to write one is preprocessor, second one is assembler, and the third one is linker and loader. So cousins of a compiler means we have to write these 3. Language processing system means we have to write these 3 plus compiler also. So total 4. And the third one is grouping of pages. So here the 6 pages are divided into 2 ways. One is front end, and second one is back end. The front end means comes under first 4 pages. One is lexical, syntax, semantic, and intermediate code generator. Back end means remaining 2, code optimization and code generation. And the last topic is compiler construction tools. Last one is compiler construction tools. So in compiler construction tools, we have discussed about 6